Hello. The next two online lessons, you'll be working on recording a 2-minute performance. So you will submit on Google Classroom a 2-minute video of yourself. That's what we're working towards. If we take 7C as an example, Google Classroom, you'll go down to the written part. That's what you're doing this lesson. Next online lesson, you'll submit the video part. For the written part, if you click on that, 7C will see this with the dates of what's happening when. 7A and 7B, these dates here are not the same as 7C's. So 7C today, all you're doing for attendance part 2 is submitting a written copy of what you're going to be acting. You might not be writing that actually, and I'll explain. You might just be finding what to act from. More explanation in a sec. Next online lesson, you'll submit the video recording of you acting for 2 minutes. So you're not worrying about this yet. You're just doing this lesson. All right, so what is this thing? What is this project? The 2-minute performance has several options. You might choose number 1. You're acting out a movie scene. Now, you'll have to do all the characters yourself, and I would suggest putting a hat, for one character and maybe glasses for another, just to make it very clear who's acting and who's saying what. Maybe do different voices. So this could be a little tricky. If you don't want to have to deal with doing all of the characters yourself, you could choose number 2. Just act it out with someone else. You're one character, the other person is the other character. Make a video with 2 of you. But then the video would need to be 4 minutes long because there are 2 of you. All right. Let's say you're not really interested in acting out different characters at all and you want to do a monologue. That would be option 3. A monologue is when one person says something on stage or in a movie for, however much time. It's just like blah, 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 blah. They're just talking themselves. So if you Google 2-minute monologues, there's a lot to find. A whole bunch of different options. 2-minute monologues for women, for men, for kids, for animals, whatever. Just click through some of these and find something that works for you. There's so many possibilities. If you were trying out for a movie, you might do like a 1-minute monologue. When I was trying out for the school plays in high school and university, we did 1-minute monologues, but then we had to memorize them. They were not 2-minute reading. It was 1 minute memorized. You do not have to memorize any of these. You're just reading dramatically. If you were trying out for a movie, you would probably do the 1-minute monologue, or they would have you read directly from their script. They would pass you the packet of their movie script and see if you're good for this character. So you might not have ever read it before. You've never practiced, maybe. And you're trying to read and prove to them that you can be this character that you're auditioning for. Or maybe they've let you practice it beforehand. So maybe number 4, you can't find any good monologues. You're like, I don't like any of these, and I'm feeling creative anyway. So you decide to write your own. That's the only option where you are writing today. The rest, you're just stealing other people's ideas. So by the end of the lesson today, make sure you have submitted on Google Classroom a written version of what you're going to be acting. That's lesson 20. That's all you have to do for attendance part 2 today. Lesson 21, next online lesson, that's when you submit the video recording of your acting talents. Oh, and don't forget to tell me what you're acting out at the beginning. So hey, Miss Carlson, I'm about to act out a scene from The Matrix. Or, hi, Miss Carlson, I found a scene that I liked by William Shakespeare from Hamlet. Or, hi, Miss Carlson, I found a monologue from this play. Or, Miss Carlson, I didn't like any of the monologues. I wrote one. It's about a frog who doesn't like dogs. I don't care. Whatever. All right. Back to 1 and 2. Here's some advice. Google the movie title and then screenplay PDF. You'll find a lot of stuff. So let's say you really love Titanic. I Googled Titanic screenplay PDF and found it immediately. It was the first link. See? It was this one. Titanic screenplay PDF. A screenplay is a script of a movie, and a PDF is a text file. Okay? This, some of you have already done and are really good at. For your other acting video, you literally acted out a whole bunch of different characters and spliced it together on your phone or on your computer. And it was super fun to watch, like very creative. You could do that for number 1. Just be all the characters with different outfits, even. But you don't have to go that far. You could just write your own monologue and act that out yourself. Or number 1 could also be a little tricky, technologically speaking, because if you're isolated from the person you're doing it with, you might have to do like a screen capture while you're both on screen if you're not at each other's house, or you could go to each other's house, but that's up to you. But like I said, 4 minutes. All right. I know these instructions are complicated, but I believe in you. If you think it's easiest to just find a monologue and act that out real quick, just do that. Some of you I know will be super inspired and do something very creative. Just don't forget, this lesson, click Turn In on Google Classroom for the written part. Next online lesson, click Turn In on Google Classroom for the video part. Is there anything else I forgot to tell you? Oh, if you're like, why is this here? It's because last year we did this with just The Princess Bride because we were all in person. I didn't do it this year because I couldn't figure out a legal way to share the movie with you. But if you want to just find, this is the PDF, this is the script. Here it is. If you want to just find a 2-minute scene from this and not have to Google other movie PDFs, that's fine. It's a funny movie. It's based on a funny book. The script is funny itself. But that's up to you. Please contact me if you have any questions. Remember, everything's on Google Classroom. Good luck.